There we go. Okay.
Okay, we good? Okay. Okay. Good evening, everybody, and thank you so much for coming to help me with my project tonight. Tonight we are going to talk about Napa Valley Cabernet, as well as California Cabernet, and why Napa Valley Cabernets are so much more expensive than a California Appalachian Cabernet. And we are going to highlight Robert Mondavi Vineyards. I have Robert Mondavi Napa Cab 2007 and his Private Select. By the end of the night, you will understand exactly why it's worth it to pay more for the Napa Valley Cab. Napa Valley Cabs come from the world's best soil for Cabernet Sauvignon. The Napa Valley Cab hails from the Tokelon Vineyard, which is right in the middle of Napa Valley, and where Robert Mondavi has his winery. Additionally, he sources from Stag's Leap. Stag's Leap is an area just to the west. There's a little road called Silverado Trail, and off of that road he has a vineyard as well, and he sources about 1/3 of his fruit from that vineyard. The soils in Tokelon are alluvial, so the vines go deep, and out of there you get lots of cassis and wild berry flavors. The soils off the Silverado Trail or Stag's Leap are volcanic in nature, and out of that you get some beautiful finesse to the wines. The Private Select wines come from Monterey, which is further south. And if you see on your little handout that I've given you, Napa Valley is right there towards the top. And then further south is Monterey, the little red area right there. That is Monterey. Now Monterey's soils are some volcanic soils, but lots of sandy soils. Now when you have sandy soils, you don't get the richness that develop from the volcanic and the alluvial soils. And then Paso Robles is another vineyard they have. It's a plateau that's in that Monterey area. It's more inland. Nice cool breezes off of the ocean, but again, the soils just aren't there, and Paso Robles produces more of a raw characteristic in the wines. It lacks the finesse. Soils, or the land in Monterey, is a lot less expensive to farm than it is in Napa Valley. Napa Valley being the pièce de résistance, if you will, of California regions. Now, in addition to that, you have the care that was given to the grapes while the wines were being made and harvested. All of the Napa Valley wines are harvested by hand in the morning. This keeps the sugars from expanding too much. It keeps the wines from beginning a fermentation prior to being inoculated for a controlled fermentation, which is very important. The wines in Monterey County are harvested generally by machine and can be done at any point in time. Again, you've got a difference in cost to do the wines. Napa Valley is fermented in half oak and half stainless steel. Private Select fermented in all stainless steel. Maceration, which is the time the grape skins sit on the juice, which is where all of the color and flavor comes from into the wine. Maceration for the Napa Cab is 44 days versus 14 for the Private Select, so it takes a little bit longer to macerate the Napa Valley wines. Then you look at the winemaker, what they blend with. Napa Valley Cab is blended with only Bordeaux varietals, which is Cabernet, Merlot, Malbec, Cab Franc, and Petit Verdot. Those are the only 5 grapes that go into here. There's a reason for that. The winemaker is Genevieve Janisons. She's actually from Bordeaux. She graduated from the University of Bordeaux, and family owns vineyards in France and Corsica. This is where she became a winemaker. This is where she learned how to make wine, and she came over to America in 1989 to run or direct Opus 1, which was a collaboration between Mouton Rothschild and Robert Mondavi. So that's how she got here, and that is how she became involved with Napa Valley Robert Mondavi Cab. The Private Select is more of an American style. It is blended with Syrah and a little bit of white Riesling to enhance that wonderful Coca-Cola palette we have. We love, it's kind of odd, isn't it? But yes, they do blend white wines with red wines sometimes, even in France. But yes, it's an American style, easy to drink wine. The winemaker here is Rick Boyer. He is a graduate of UC Davis. He owns vineyards in the Monterey area, so he knows the area well. But he worked for Ernest and Julio Gallo and Jekyll prior to coming on board and being the director for the Private Select. So you've got different backgrounds, obviously more finesse, more pedigree here versus just an American good old Tuesday night wine. So, well, we've gone over the soils. We know that these are the best soils in the world for Cabernet. These are good, just not quite as expensive. French oak, all French oak on the Napa Cab, only 50% French oak on the Private Select. So you've got a difference in price in the winemaking techniques as well as the soils. So we are going to move on to try these wines to see if you can taste and smell the wine, smell the difference. Thank you so much, and let's drink. We can turn it off now.